Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, boys. Not boys and girls. But I mean, you can be under 18 and listen. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Okay, horrible way to start, but you know what I mean. I'm just trying to welcome everyone here. How are we? What's going on? Happy Sunday. I just drank a Monster, so who knows what this episode is going to be like. I just drank a Monster. I just got back from DC, long drive, 5 hours, and my back hurts, and it's just going to hurt for the next 3 days because I'm in my 30s, and now that means that when you're in your 30s, if you drive longer than 30 minutes, your back will hurt for about 2 weeks after, and so that's just my life, and I just have to accept that that's where I'm at. 347-566-9741. That's the hotline, guys. Give it a call. Ask for some advice. Tell us a story. Tell us a fun story, but, don't make it 12 minutes long. Someone left us 6 voicemails that are 12 minutes. I know the guy. I listened to the voicemails, and it's a good story, honestly. You know who you are. It's a good story, but has to have been a way. There has to be a way that you could have made it smaller. But we're still in the beginning phases of getting people to leave voicemails, so I welcome them all. But I love my fans, but you guys are also weird, and that's cool. I like that a lot. But so here's the first voicemail we got. This is at Thursday at 1:47 a.m. I think maybe you're on the West Coast. So maybe this wasn't at 1:47 a.m., but here we go. 347-566-9741. Thank you guys for calling. Here's a voicemail. That's how we're starting off.
Oh shit, Dylan, this is really. I was calling to leave a message for your podcast.
Yeah,
but I didn't think this number was gonna work. I looked up like 3 different numbers.
Okay, I don't know what numbers you looked up because there should only be one. What are you looking up? Kind of making me think that my actual phone number is out there, which it might be. I think I gave it out like 6 years ago. But yeah, it's my podcast, dude. Yeah, if I say leave a message and then I give the Google Voice number, that's it. That's the number.
And this one works. Holy crap, dude, this is awesome, man.
Yep.
You're the shit, dude. I listen to your podcast all the fucking time, all the time. And
love it. Thank you.
Not cuss so much, but
what was that last part? What did you say?
I better not cuss so much.
You better not cuss so much. You can cuss. It's okay, dude.
You're the man.
Thank you.
It, man.
I will.
You helped me out. I've learned a lot of things.
Dude, love to hear
I
it.
had a lot of fun. I deliver for DoorDash, so I drive around.
Oh, man.
Listening to podcast all day.
That's
I've
gotta...
heard, like, all your episodes, everything, like, twice and everything.
That's gotta be tough.
I'm not trying to, ride the D or anything.
Okay, so this is when he said he's not trying to ride the D a little bit. Dude, guys are so worried about being too nice to anyone and just the person being like, well, actually, you love me, you're gay, which is so funny. I do it too. It's this weird thing where you're just like, I mean, I don't want to fuck you or anything, but I think you're really cool. It's all good, dude. I don't want you to actually write that, but you're not doing that. You're just being a nice, good person, and I appreciate it.
My roommate is named D, so we're always making jokes about the D and everything.
All right, that's a little.
And it's
all right.
a lot of fun. So
yeah, okay, we got it.
You should do that. Make more jokes about the D.
Not gonna. Okay. I mean, I probably will. But not the way you're saying it. That's a little jokes about the D. I mean, sound like we're 12.
But yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Man, I wish I had your actual number and get a hold of you.
Nope, don't want that.
I'm calling you your messages a couple more times. Maybe I'll leave my number. You
nope.
actually call me back.
I don't think so. But
all right, bro. Keep making your podcast.
I will.
Awesome, fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
And if you ever come to St. Louis,
I
will come see you live for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, everybody always skips St. Louis.
Okay, we're gonna. I mean, he talks about like everyone always skips St. Louis, and then Joey Diaz came, and then he's like, we can smoke a joint together. I probably won't do that anymore because I do get anxiety when I smoke weed now because for some reason they decided to make weed way too strong, and now if I even look at weed, I do have a panic attack. But thanks for calling, man. So he's from St. Louis. So this was I think at 12:47. 12:47 a.m. feels a lot better to me than 1:47. I don't know why. 12:47, you know. I'll be up till at least 12:47 tonight, I feel like. Maybe I can get a sponsorship from Monster, because honestly, Celsius, dude, I'll take the Celsius sponsorship, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like just Celsius doesn't do shit for me. And maybe that means I drink too much coffee or caffeine. I can take the headphones off. I don't think we're listening to another voicemail. I'll explain the other one. But yeah, dude, sometimes I'll have like coffee in the morning and then 2 hours later, more caffeine, and then I'll get tired. Does anyone get tired when they drink coffee? What does that mean? Are my adrenals shot? Like, I'm not going to stop, but what does that mean? You drink coffee and then I want to take a nap? Is that bad? Am I going to die young? I don't know. And then, I have a Monster or an energy drink, and I still am just like, it's okay. Crazy. Someone help me. But yeah, thanks for calling, dude. Thanks for the kind words. I do really appreciate that. This dude then went on. By the way, you can text the phone number. You can also text 347-566-9741. You can text videos, I guess. This guy sent me a video. He's like, he sent a follow-up text the next day. Because I texted him back and was like, hey, thank you. And he goes, my brain is fried from generations of abuse. All right. And then he's like, I'd call back, but I don't want to be on your D. So this guy really is worried about me thinking he wants to fuck. But this is the most exciting. That's actually really sweet. He's got tons of stories. Here's the thing: I spray painted and explored tons of abandoned buildings, and am a railroad nerd. Okay, that's cool. I want to hear about that. I didn't see that the first time. I was in a hip hop and R&B band that was signed to Afroman's label. Then I lost my job, so we could tour the country with him for a couple years. Not sure if that seems like it would be too long of a story. I've traveled the country to around 30 different states. Okay, got all kind of fun stuff. That's pretty chill, honestly. Whoever you are. But then he goes, some random old guy got my phone number and is sending me the funniest videos. Is this can't be real. Let's listen to this video. Okay. Is there any sound? I'm watching the video, but is this German?
How you say Johnny P?
Okay.
Stand for pussy.
Okay, all right, that's enough. I don't know if this is a joke or what. I don't know what that is, but I mean, the guy's got, I'm not going to show it on the YouTube, but the guy's got like a lampshade on his head. Dude, people are so weird. Like, so weird. And the internet is just making them weirder. And we all know that, but sometimes you just talk to people and you're like, man, did people always used to be this weird? I don't know if they did. Also, one of the things I hate about the internet is how everyone is talking the same. Have you guys noticed everyone uses the same slang? Like, you can tell how online someone is by how much of TikTok slang they use. And it's low-key, like, annoying. They're used to, like, people from different states and different countries used to talk differently, and that was cool. Like, so there was West Coast slang, there was East Coast slang, there was, like, Northeast slang, and then Southwest. Like, there's always different slangs. And then now, because everyone's consuming the same content, it doesn't matter where you go. Someone will be like, it's giving. Not you asking what centimeters is, but we're not in America. Like some dumb shit like that. Not you using feet. Okay. Not you. I don't know what else they would say. Just like, not you voting for Trump. Like literally shit like that. Not you being in a dictatorship. Like someone would go to somewhere else. It's just I don't like it. I want I like it when everyone from their area has certain slang and they talk. It makes shit cooler when you meet them. I don't need to go to Norway and then I don't need to go to Norway and then the person at the coffee shop be like, yes, queen. Okay, slay. oh, your shirt, like your shirt, like I give them a $3 tip and they're like, okay, millionaire, you're serving with that tip. And you're like, dude, speak to me in Norwegian. I want, like, just give me Norwegian slang, at least, you know? Oh, the fisherman is like, I mean, I don't know how Norwegian people like, oh, the fish hook got in twice this time. Like, I don't, yeah. The fish is coming for the second time. The seal always comes back to see where the best kelp is, as you should know. Like, I'd rather some weird shit like that than everyone talking honestly like a gay black dude, because that's what TikTok speak is. It's just co-opting how gay black people talk. And guess what? It's sick, but it's like, I don't know. Don't just, you have red hair and you're 12 years old. You don't need to be talking like, you don't need to be trying to talk gangster, bro. All right? Stay in your lane. The tangent went off all over the place, but you know what I'm saying. Internet's super weird. That's what reminded me about that with that old guy. But yeah, you can text the voicemail also, which is kind of cool because I usually tell people that I am featuring them, and then they're like, wow, I didn't know I could get a text message from you. So that was the first voicemail. And the second voicemail we got, this guy left a long ass voicemail, but I'm going to give you the TLDR, and then I'm going to use it to go into one of the main things this week, which is saying thank you when someone opens the door for you, and having manners. Because this is an old guy thought I've been having recently, and I got in an argument with my friend about it. But basically, here's what happened. So this person called and they're like, hey, Dylan, I have been living in this apartment for 3 to 5 years. And one night I came home, I tried to put together a piece of furniture. It took me 2 minutes. I looked at it for 2 minutes and I realized there's no way that I'm going to be able to put this together at 2 a.m. And then I went to sleep. The next day, I got a noise complaint from my neighbor, and they told me that they talked to management and gave a noise complaint. And they were like, hey, next time, just talk to me. Don't go to management. I'd appreciate that. Person kind of blew them off. So they got pissed, obviously, as I would. And then they started to notice that the person downstairs, their teenage daughter, would make noise all the time, but they would never complain. They would even take videos of how loud it was. So this went back and forth, but the woman, the neighbor, would always she would always get mad whenever this caller would make any kind of noise. Like, would always complain, would always be passive aggressive. He had a girl over and they were like, we heard you, blah, blah, blah. The whole point of this voicemail was he got upset because he was like, I'm overthinking, and now I feel like I'm becoming an old man who is upset that the person downstairs is making noise, and then also getting mad at me for making noise, and they're turning me into an old man, and I don't want to feel like an old crockety man who is getting upset at the teenager for just like having a life and playing music. That was kind of, from what I remember, the crux of the whole thing. And they were like, I'm never gonna. Because the teenager plays music downstairs all the time. They're like, I'm never going to rat on the teenager for making too much noise. Which, respect. But also, if they are too loud, you already know I'm going to be like, hey, turn it down. Okay? I'm not 20 anymore. I also don't want to hear your music. Also, everyone has headphones. You don't need to play music out loud anymore. Put it in the headphones. You can play it on the weekends till 1. It's all good. But just put the headphones in. Full stop. Everyone out there, everything, for any music, put your headphones in. It's not that hard. It really isn't hard. Just put them in. They're $12 at Target. Okay? You're ruining my day. You know who you are. Here's what I got to say to that guy. God, man, my neck just hurts from being old. So here's what I got to say to that guy. You're not being an old man, dude. Okay. You have to make sure you don't overthink whether you're being an old man about something. Like if you're ever getting annoyed about something and you're worried, oh, am I being an old man about this? Am I being whack? Is this not how I should be? All you got to do is like take a step back and go, hold on a second. Is what they're doing annoying me because I'm in a bad mood? Or are they pushing themselves? Are they doing something that encroaches on me and my just baseline living? So if you're living in an apartment, someone starts blasting music and it's like an unnecessary decibel, and it's, not 10 p.m. on a Friday where you're like, they're going out, they're partying, whatever it is, and you don't have to get up early for a flight. You got to get up early for a flight. Maybe you kindly are like, hey, I'm sorry. But even, for the flight, put that, in that instance, you put your earplugs in, you put your headphones in, all good, especially because they should stop by 1. But you got to ask yourself, are they encroaching on just my living in this space? And if the answer is yes, you're not being an old man. You are justified in getting pissed about whatever they're doing. So this lady, always making noise complaints, when she's being hypocritical and she's yelling at her daughter downstairs, she is then encroaching into your life. Yes, and she's being hypocritical. Dude, if someone's being hypocritical, oh man, do I get mad about it? Do I get the justifiable pissed old guy? Yeah, and it feels good because then you can bring it up to them. And then if they still don't give in, and they don't, not defer is not the word, but if they don't at least admit, oh yeah, you know what, I am being hypocritical, then dude, it feels so good because you go, oh, you're just wrong. You're just a kid. You're being a child. All right, sweet. So I just fully win. And then it's off to the races. Bro, you know what, man? Sometimes it feels good to be petty. It feels so good to be petty sometimes. Oh my God. Especially when you're in the right. And people will not like this, and they'll be like, don't be petty. Don't live your life. Oh, you're such a, give me all the anger. I don't care. I'm being petty and it feels good. Oh, it feels good because of all the times you let it go. If you let a lot of stuff go, and then there's just one moment where you go, nah, fuck it, I'm going to be petty. That, especially because that also has to be about small stuff. That's what being petty is. And sometimes you do have to sweat the small stuff and get pissed about something that you definitely shouldn't get pissed about. But they just played with you on the wrong day. And you're like, okay, you know what? Actually, yeah. You know what? I am going to call the manager. I'm going to Karen it out. All good, dude. You asked for it. People are so worried about being a Karen that they will not do stuff when it's very much they're in the right. They're so worried about getting called disagreeable or annoying or a snitch. That someone will literally be getting robbed and they're like, I didn't want to call the cops. I didn't want to be a Karen. Bro, they took your plasma TV. They took the Samsung, all right? You're not being a Karen. You're reporting a crime. Oh my, oh yeah. I don't want to testify against them. Like, oh yeah, they locked me in a closet for 6 years, but I don't want to be a Karen about it. Homie, your left foot doesn't work anymore because they changed it to the radiator. Okay? Your calves started to wear away because your muscles were atrophying because you couldn't move. You can report it. That's not being a Karen. Everyone's so scared of being a Karen or complaining. Dude, I'll complain. I don't care because I know because I check myself. I go, that's what you got to do. Whenever you get mad about something, whenever you get, what is the word? Indignant. I love I love being indignant. Oh my God. Indignant. Are there any other words besides indignant? Dude, I love being indignant. Indignation, moved by mixed emotions of anger and scorn, provoked by something regarded as unjust, ungrateful, or unworthy. I love it. Especially because I'll go, am I on the right? And then when I have righteous indignation, top 3 emotions to have. In many ways, better than coming, for sure, because it lasts longer and you don't feel bad after. I mean, maybe you do. But you can, then you can talk to people about it, and then they can agree with you. You can't talk, you can talk to your friends about having sex, but sometimes after a while, you're just like, dude, what am I, 12? I'm gonna talk about the girl I had sex with a couple days ago. No, but the righteous indignation. Oh man, that's good. So yeah, this caller was righteously indignant, and that's fine. You're not being an old man, dude. They're not making you become an old man. It's all good. That's my piece of advice, and that's my opinion on what happened with the noise complaint. Making a noise complaint is whack, but it is justified at some point. I had to deal with that with a neighbor for a long time, and I would play music up against, in this room, I would play music up against the wall, and apparently the walls are thin, and they would call downstairs, and I would play music. But here's the thing, I would only really play music when I would go shower, or sometimes when I would have someone over, or just when I was getting ready to go out. And I would always get so pissed that they would complain and tell the building, because I live in a co-op, and the person would call me and tell me to turn the music down. And yes, the lady was kind of nuts next door, but I'm going to admit it. I've gotten older. That was immature boy shit for me to do. Turn the music down, bro. Or have a pill. I didn't need like a Beats pill or whatever those things are. I didn't need a 5-speaker system with a big bass that was like pounding. You don't need that, bro. And you know what that is? That's it. As shitty as it is, it's being inconsiderate. I was being inconsiderate because I didn't want her to tell me what to do. Which is, and this is dude, you're gonna watch this connect to the next point. I didn't want her to tell me what to do because of my ego and because of me just being like, well, people don't tell me what to do. Which again, that's being a child. Get over it. Ask yourself, are they really telling me what to do? Or am I negatively affecting this person because I don't want to maybe consider how they are? There's a line. But I think with the music, it's like, dude, do you really need to play the music out loud? Oh, yeah. You enjoy it. But if you know you're actively making the person next to you not enjoy it because they're hearing it through their thin wall, it's like, okay, who matters more? I don't know. That's how I think. Not always, again, for certain occasions, and then you also can come to a compromise. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to play it when I go shower, but if I have someone over, you might hear it a little bit, blah, blah, blah. You can figure it out. But I was being inconsiderate. And I think back to that and I go, damn, I shouldn't have been playing that music and annoying Janet all those times. And I do think that. I think her name was Janet. No, it wasn't. I forget, whatever. It was Janet. Let's just call her Janet. Now I'll put it on my phone. Okay? Or I'll just go, hey, you know what? I don't need to play music when I go in the shower that loud. Who cares? Here's how this is going to connect. So on Tuesday, I saw 2 of my best friends. We got burgers. We had a good time. It was great. We left. These are guys I've known since I was 13. So we can talk about anything. And the problem is when you know someone really well, your temper for them usually is a lot quicker. Because if they do a certain thing, they act a certain way, it annoys the shit out of you. And one of my friends, Parker, he annoys the shit out of me sometimes with how boneheaded or what's the word? Not stubborn, but there's another word for it, but whatever. He's stubborn about shit. So we were talking about how he thinks it's crazy that if someone opens the door for you, that they expect you to say thank you. And he's had multiple people do stuff for him and then him not say anything and then them be like, "You're welcome." Now, someone who says you're welcome like that, asshole. Rude. But, and I truly believe, and I don't think everyone will agree with this, but I think if a stranger does something for you, you should just say thank you. It doesn't take anything. It's just an acknowledgement that they're there and they did something and it was nice. And his whole argument was, oh, well, you're not doing something nice if you expect someone to say something. And that is, I think, childish. And also just rude. And I think it's how it's and he also came from the place where he was like, well, I don't want to be forced to do something just because you held the door open for me. Like, I didn't need you to do that. I could open the door on my own. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Inconsiderate kid. And look, I'm not like, I'm over exaggerating because that's where the argument started. At the end, we ended up kind of like meeting in the middle and figuring out that number one, I think he just is kind of oblivious to people. And like doesn't really pay attention. And so because of that, people do things and he doesn't even recognize it. And then they get indignant. And I would say unrightfully indignant, unrighteous indignation. But be aware and just thank people. I really like, there's no negative to just saying thank you. Thank yous don't diminish in how many times you say it. Just say thank you. It's just going to help. It's so easy. People want to fight so much because they're like, I don't want to be told what to do. Get over it, bro. Get over it. No one's telling you what to do. You know what? Make up in your mind and decide, actually, I just want to say thank you, be nice to people, and just like continue with my life. Everyone holds on to this like ego feeling of like, I gotta, and this is not funny, but fuck, whatever. Not funny at all. I had the monster's just locked me in, but there's absolutely no comedy coming. But that dude connected back to the first, the second voicemail and the thing with Parker and the thing with me playing music. Just get over it, bro. Just say thank you. It's not a big deal. Someone does some shit for you. It doesn't take a lot. Just be considerate of them. Now look, if you're opening a door for someone and you're expecting them to say thank you, check yourself. Why are you doing that? But at the same time, if you're opening the door for someone because you're just trying to be nice and they don't say thank you, I think it's okay for you to go, oh, damn, that sucks. Like, I guess they're just ignoring me. That's what it is. It's a recognition that someone did something for you. It happened to me, dude. It happened to me today. And I'm not going to lie. I almost wanted to say you're welcome because I was like, but I didn't because that's dick. Because you're a loser if you do that. You know? You're a loser for walking out and ignoring the person. But you're a loser if you say you're welcome. And I know some girls are probably going to be like, oh, I hate it when guys are like, oh, you're welcome, miss. And it's like, I get it. Yes, those guys are a dick. But you aren't changing anyone by, like, you aren't teaching them a lesson by not saying thank you. Do you know what I mean? You're not like proving to them, oh, he's not going to go, oh yeah, you know what? I did open the door just to exert some kind of power over the woman and get her to acknowledge me and say thank you. It's not working. It's not going to do it. So what you can do is choose to be like, I'm going to be above that. And I'm just going to like be nice and say thank you to whoever. Because not everyone is that one guy that was a dick to you. Anyway, that's how I think. That's what I thought. We got in a huge argument over it. We fought over it for 3 hours. And then we ended up coming to a conclusion. And then we got ice cream. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, we're best friends. This is how it goes. You argue about the dumbest shit. And you get so pissed at it. You get unnecessarily pissed. And then you're like, should we go get ube soft serve? And then you do. And it was sick. Did that was, good week. Did that. Let's see. I wrote down my week. Let's see. I got oysters. That was fine. Went on a date. It's fine. Then we drove to DC. Dude. I'm an uncle, bro. I met my nephew. It was amazing. It was honestly so good. And yeah, maybe this episode is just gonna be a little bit more serious. But it's fine. Cause like, I wanted to like have, dude, this is crazy. Last night I was in bed and I was just absolutely thinking about all these different things. All these things. I was like, oh yeah, I can talk about that. I can talk about that. And then I kept saying, remember this. And then I went to sleep and I remember absolutely none of them. What was I, dude? Oh my God. I mean, just, and literally the stupidest shit. Like, the absolute like dumbest shit. I mean, we cold plunged. I mean, I'm like trying to think. We had coffee. Fuck. Oh my God, there was some good shit. Why is it like right before you? Always for me, whenever I want to go to bed, 16,000 thoughts pop into my head, and a lot of them are like kind of creative and good. But you're like, I'm just trying to chill. I don't want to be thinking about Blake Lively and Jason Baldoni right now. Because well, what is happening with that? When is the did that stop? Did they figure that out? We were talking about that today because we were watching Gossip Girl. Blake Lively, Jason Baldoni. Oh, Taylor Swift allegedly cuts off Blake Lively. Oh wow, this happened recently. Blake Lively lawsuit. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of research on this. Because yeah, I mean, I met my nephew and it was amazing, but there's nothing. Did it just crash? There we go. There's nothing really to say except I met my nephew. I looked him in the eye, and then I immediately thought I would die for you. And that was cool. I did not think I would maybe have that thought, but I did. And here's the thing. I got that new baby smell. I got a whiff of that new baby 2 weeks out the can baby smell. And my first pass, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't convinced, but then I went back for seconds and it's pretty, yeah, I get it. I don't think I like it the same way that some women do, but I mean, the new baby smell can for sure hit. All right, let's see. Taylor Swift reveals theory behind lyrical Easter egg. I don't care about that. According to text messages and court records, Baldoni claimed that Ryan Reynolds' lively husband had blocked him and his production company on Instagram. I mean, who fucking gives a shit? Hailey Bieber's part of it. Okay. Ben Affleck. Oh my God, dude. Who isn't involved in this? The problem is I go, oh, this is just celebrities named. Okay. I just want to know, like, when is it? I can't, dude, when when you have, it's bad when there's literally a Wikipedia article about the controversy. There's literally a Wikipedia article about the controversy. Here we go. In May 2025, Baldoni, this is what happened recently. Baldoni petitioned to subpoena the American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift, claiming that Lively used Swift and Reynolds to coerce him into accepting a rewrite of the film. So in June 2025, the court dismissed Baldoni's suit against Lively. Oh, wow. But granted him access to Lively's text conversations with Swift. Lively filed to subpoena the American media proprietor Scooter Braun and his entertainment company, alleging association with Baldoni's her suit. Okay, wait. So now she's... Dude, this is honestly too confusing. I thought more shit happened. I can't believe it got dropped. Bro, I remember seeing shit online about it and going, oh, Blake Lively is absolutely cooked, bro. Like, for sure cooked. And nothing happened. It's crazy. But she's no longer friends with Taylor Swift, I guess. This is what happens where you just get involved in these dramas and you're like, this is like taking up space in your brain that you go, I could have learned the calculus. But instead, I know that Taylor Swift and Jason Baldoni, Taylor Swift and Blake Lively are friends, and that Taylor Swift is Blake Lively's is a godmother to one of Blake Lively's kids, and then put some of the kids' names in her songs. And it's like, why do I know that? But I don't really understand how dark matter works. You know? I wish that the latter was more present in my brain. But instead, I'm just like, you want to talk about Jason Baldoni and Blake Lively? I guess it's because when you it gets back to the idea of small talk. When you hang out with people, you got to be able to talk about like meaningless shit. Everyone shits on small talk, but it's a lost art, and people need to get better at it because no one knows how to just talk anymore without seeming completely socially inept and uncomfortable, and just going from zero to like, hey, let's talk about the starvation that's happening in the Middle East. Like, there's no middle ground. And that's what gossip is for. And I think we talked about this before with Eleanor, even though like I fuck with Eleanor Roosevelt now. I do. But it's like sometimes you got to talk about the weather. Sometimes you got to talk about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Right? Makes you feel better. You're like, okay, well, right? I don't know. Because then you're just enjoying that that famous people who I guess inherently we put on pedestals and we think they're better than us also have shitty things going on in their life. Damn, I don't know. Nah, it's not that deep. Sometimes you just want to talk shit, and that's okay. And that really is okay. But man, shit I was coming up with last night. I should have written it, dude. I gotta start writing it down. The older I get, the more I'm just like, well, a lot of my intuitions I should be ignoring. Or a lot of my assumptions. No, the older I get, a lot of my assumptions I realize I should ignore. Like, oh, you'll remember this. Or that person probably doesn't like, or they're upset at you. Most of the time, no. Well, most of the time it's like, no, you won't remember it. No, they're not pissed at you. Okay? What other things are there? Besides, what other things are there in your life besides they're pissed at me? I'm going to remember that. And I think those are the two. Dude, whoa, what else is there? Am I absolutely crashing because I drove all day and this monster doesn't do anything? Maybe. How do we go to let's say some current events real quick. MSNBC. Sometimes I like to let's go to like just the most like the mainstream, fake news. Let's just see if they. Sometimes I just like to look at. Okay, this is funny. Vacationing in the United Kingdom, JD Vance is greeted with mocking meme. That's amazing. We don't have to talk about the dildos that are on the. Enough with the dildos at WNBA, right? Just wasn't it like a crypto company that did it? Did you guys know that? Yeah. Crypto company. Yeah, did you guys know that like the whole dildos getting thrown on the WNBA court was because a crypto company was supplying them and making people do that? How crazy is that? Doesn't that also feel like like satire? that a cryptocurrency company was like, let's throw. Oh, okay. This is crazy. A group behind Green Dildo Coin took credit for the trend. Green Dildo Coin. GDC. That right there makes me go, I don't trust any crypto ever. Green Dildo Coin? That's the group has claimed that their meme coin's goal was to combat a toxic environment in cryptocurrency, and it insisted that its members did not dislike women's sports. What? Yeah, I mean, bro, is this meme coin run by 13-year-olds? You know who would find this funny? Like my little brother who actually, you know what? He wouldn't even find it funny because he's in college. He would have found it. He listens to the show and he'll know what I'm talking about. Bro, I feel like when you were 14, you would have found this funny. But now, I mean, here's the problem. It was funny the first time because you were like, what the fuck's going on? But then when you realize that a cryptocurrency company is the reason why it happened, it's no longer funny and it's lame as fuck. Let's see. Late in the first half, after Kelsey Plum. It's kind of funny that her last name is Plum. It's like another color. Let's see. Everyone's trying to make sure the W is not a joke and it's taken seriously, and then that happens. I'm like, how are we ever going to get taken seriously? We didn't do this because we dislike women's sports. Some of the narratives that are trending right now are ridiculous. Creating disruptions at games is like it happens in every single sport, right? We've seen it in the NFL. We've seen it in hockey. Fans doing random things to more or less create attention. We knew that in order to get a voice in the space, we had to go out and do some viral stunts to save us from having to pay that influencer cabal, sacrifice our souls, and the fate of the project. But dude, you did sacrifice your soul because you're throwing fake dicks on the court at the WNBA. It's just as bad as hiring influencers. Here's the problem, dude. Fucking everyone just wants to go viral for some dumb shit. Nothing's real. It's all manufactured so that everyone will talk about it. And then it creates this like weird positive, negative, whatever it is, feedback loop to where you're like, if I talk about it, then I'm feeding the beast. But then at the same time, it should be talked about it because it's fucked up. So it's like you can't win, right? But creating, dude, you're spoken like a true autistic crypto tech bro. People create disruptions in games all the time. I mean, obviously, people do things all the time, but I threw a grenade onto the women's tennis match because it's just, I threw a photo of Jeffrey Epstein into Little League T-ball because I was trying to have someone find out about my NFT company. No, it has nothing to do with children. It's just trying to create a viral stunt. What are you saying, bro? What are you saying? And also the crazy thing is, like, whenever this happens, I try to, like, in the moment, think of something more ridiculous, but I can't because throwing a dildo on the court at the WNBA is like one of the most ridiculous things. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, maybe it wasn't like, maybe it didn't come from a misogynistic place. I don't know. But like, it just, there's something, because when you say I'm gonna throw a fake dick on a basketball court, that's funny, right? But then when you say on the women's basketball court, it's funnier. Why is it funnier? Because you think it's more wrong, right? We're getting there. Yeah. What is a crazier thing you could do than besides like playing literal gay porn on the jumbotron at I mean, who would that upset the most? I don't know. Some Texas team would get upset about that. Dude, that would be so funny, actually. Yeah, but you'd have to do it at like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of examples, but my brain's just going to a borderline racist places, and I'm like, I'm not gonna. We're almost done with this podcast. I'm not gonna mistakenly say something that I'm like, oh well, now I gotta go back and edit that. Not that it would, but you know what I'm saying. You know, you try to come up with something, and then you go like, oh wait, that actually was a lot worse than I thought it would be. This dude is a fucking loser. Someone got arrested. Delbert Carver. Jesus. He was released on bond and is charged with disorderly conduct, public indecency, indecent exposure, and criminal trespass. Wow. Despite that, it's not apparent that Green Dildo Coin plans to stop its stunt. Okay, well, you know what? You know what is horrible about this? I'm about to look up Green Dildo Coin. Green Dildo Coin. Fuck, man. This is the world. There's nothing I can do. Let's see what. It's fucking. There's a problem, bro. It is funny. It's literally a dildo with sunglasses on. It's the problem with me, man. That it's really funny. All right, let's see how it's trended over 30 days. Well, August 5th, it was worth 0 cents, and then it's still worth 0 cents. How much is it? What? Wait. Oh, it's worth 0.001, but it's gone up. Okay, hold on. No, actually, it's gone up a lot. Yep, that's what happens, dude. You throw a green dildo on a court, and you embarrass some nice lady who's just trying to play basketball, and then you become a mega millionaire. And you know what sucks? A part of me is like, the life's meaningless. Like I would, if I could if things went bad for me a little bit longer, I could be throwing the green dildo. No, I mean, it would have to be like a while. But how do you one up it? You know? How do you one up that? That is honestly like kind of the. It's smart in the worst way possible because it is. It's easy to bring in. No one's gonna. Now they're gonna start checking you for dildos at basketball games. Like, bro. And then imagine you get caught. Why'd you get kicked out? Do you have a knife? No, I had a green dildo in my bag. I shoved it up my ass. I thought they wouldn't find it. Like, oh my God. And then you can also bet on, now they're creating an endless money loop where it's like you can bet on the color of the dildos, and then obviously people are going to bet it all on purple, and then they're going to bring a purple dildo and they're going to throw it. And every guy that's ever bet literally $1 on DraftKings or Kalshi or anything had the same thought where they were like, I could make so much money. There's got to be a way for them to figure it out though. But, they have to like test your winnings. They go, where were you that night that you bet all that money? There's a way. All right, that's it. 347, not 347-566-9741. Text the number. Call the number. I guess you can send videos. I'd rather you not send videos unless it's a video of you. You could send a video message. I would play that on the show. Ask for some advice. I'll fix it. Just drop a line. Just say what's up. I also appreciate that. But that's it. And you can also leave stuff where you're like, oh, you should talk about this. That's kind of what the 12-minute long voicemail did. And that was nice. That was fun. But I got to go sleep after multiple days of driving 5 hours and this monster not working and my adrenals being completely shot. Thank you guys for listening. Love you all. Have a good week. Bye.